This Ramadan, let's bring the heart of our community into the spotlight. Got a dish that's the talk of the table, a recipe passed down for generations, or maybe a creative twist on a classic? Inspire FM wants to feature you in our special Ramadan cooking show. We're recording now to air your culinary masterpiece this Ramadan. Imagine your dish inspiring thousands as we share the flavors that bring us together during this special month. Don't wait. Spots are limited. Drop us a message today at info@inspirefm.org and let's set up your recording session before Ramadan begins. Cook together and make this Ramadan unforgettable.
Assalamu alaikum. It is 10 o'clock and you're listening to me, Shemiza, on Where Else. It is the Urban Cube Show. The date is 17th of February and it is 1 minute past 10 on today's show. It's an absolute pleasure to be in your company. We are going out to the wonderful people, Luton surrounding areas, Peterborough Radio, Salam, and Sheffield's Link FM. I hope you're well and warm and winning wherever you're listening in from. Now, today's show is a special one because we have got some absolutely wonderful guests who are going to be participating in a wonderful opportunity that we have created to get you guys prepared for Ramadan. And you might have got a bit of an inkling on what that is because it was just played just before me coming onto the show. We are inviting you wonderful listeners who are local and national to us to participate in a Ramadan recipe segment, which will be going out on to in all played across Ramadan on Inspire FM. It's only 2 weeks away to Ramadan. My goodness, the excitement is in the air, especially on Inspire FM, where we are preparing some amazing output for all our wonderful listeners. We have been working super hard and you are helping us make this Ramadan a wonderful time, spiritually and also emotionally, and also helping you guys kind of come together as well with us, so to be united in this beautiful month. And the way we are inviting you is to get involved with some of these wonderful recipes that you might have, that you might want to share with us and also our listeners as well. And one wonderful group of people who will be doing that are all the way up in the north of England in Burnley, where I'm going to be speaking to them about some of their Ramadan preparations as well. I'm absolutely delighted to be joined by the Sheba project, which was set up after COVID in a small northern town called Burnley that has a sizable ethnic minority community comprising of Bangladeshi and Pakistani communities. Now, the BWA advice in Burnley set the project up to allow women to come together and make new friends, build capacity and engage in the arts. Till now, the project has been involved in several national initiatives and has brought many different people from all sections of the community together. I'm absolutely delighted to share with you that the Sheba project is actually online on Facebook this morning. You can actually see the wonderful sisters. They are on Facebook. Sisters, wave to the camera. Can they hear me? Yes, you can see them waving to the camera. Bless them, their beautiful smiles. They're joining us all the way from the north of England in Burnley today to talk about their participation in the Ramadan cooking series. So they will be participating in Ramadan recipes and reflections. And what they will be doing is they're going to be talking to us today about not just Ramadan preparations, but budget recipes. We all need a little bit of help, don't we? Because Ramadan can actually, interesting, be quite expensive for many people. And we shouldn't forget that there will be people who are being impacted by the living cost crisis and may not be able to participate in grand iftars with their family, and they might be kind of, just living with the basics. And even their sahur might be just basic, and their iftar may be basic too, as in just minimum food on the menu. So it's really important that we recognize that Ramadan isn't equal for everybody, but if we can come together and support one another. And we always assume that Ramadan, like sahur and iftar, might be just testing for the people in the third world. But interestingly, we have seen over many a year, and we have had statistics show us that Muslim families in Ramadan also do struggle. And please keep your ears open and keep your eyes locked in with Inspire FM to find out what ways communities are coming together, and also what initiatives are being set up as well, because there are lots of open iftars that communities can get engaged in and share their iftar as well with the community. Now, I'm really, really delighted to be in the company of the Sheba Project. Now, they are the service users today are going to be talking to us about their Ramadan preparations. And as I've already mentioned, you get an opportunity to kind of see who these wonderful sisters are who are actually on the Facebook page. I am joined by the lead worker. Her name is Rabia Sharif. Rabia, wave to the camera so we know who you are, mashallah. And I believe it might be Hina Begum and Dania Nusrat.
Yeah.
Yeah? Wonderful. Assalamu alaikum, sisters. Can you hear me clearly? That's the first question.
Yes, we can, very clearly and loud.
Oh, that's good. Oh, it's an absolute pleasure to be in your company. Now, I've got a thing with northern accents, so you're warming my your great warmth to me this morning with those lovely dulcet tones. Now, Sister Rabia, thank you so much for joining us from the Sheba Project. Now, I got so much information from Abdul Salik about how amazing this project is. And so it's an absolute treat to have you here. Sister, tell us a little bit more about the Sheba Project.
Well, the Sheba Project, like you said, it's just opened after the COVID. It's all about the ladies, that don't like getting out of the house because they're so used to being inside the house, and it's mostly sort of suffering from stress and things like that. The COVID has had a big impact on them, and we, as the Sheba Project, we sort of want them to come out and do things in little groups where they could spend time together. Have a cup of tea, have a chat, maybe do things like embroideries, crocheting, like a hobby. That's how this all started, actually.
MashaAllah, and it's still growing strong. Did you ever imagine to be actually carrying on the group post-COVID?
Not really, no. But yeah, it's really, really amazing. The ladies love it. We have it 2 days, like Wednesdays and Thursdays, so we do different things on both days. And some of my committed ladies, they are here. Even though it's at half term, they had to they made the time just to come here, just to sort of say their bits as well.
Thank you so much. You just reminded me it's half term. My goodness. So the kids are all at home, and this is where we've got to kind of be a little bit more active and get some activities ready for the children as well to get involved in. Now, Sister Henna and Sister Tanya, your experiences with the Sheba Project, how did that all come about for you?
So Sheba came about, like I said, during COVID time. And everything. And the only reason it came about is because we realized through our research and the amount of ladies that were coming for information, advice and guidance through that the ladies needed another outlet where they can come and have a bit more community engagement, be involved in social activities, help with their independence and life skills, as you know, because of the cost of living, as well as where women are expected to go to job centres, start looking for jobs now and everything as well, and obviously, trying to support them to come out of benefit systems and things like that and everything. Or whilst they are on benefit, they still need to be seeking employment. They had nowhere else to go in terms of developing their confidence and independence and everything. And so Sheba Project then came along, which gave them an avenue whilst they building upon their life skills through ESOL classes or ICT classes or sewing, anything, to be able to transfer that onto the CV and help them to go into employment and everything. So this is where we are at this moment, from where it all started with short sessions and classes. Now we've got ladies who are able to seek employment.
Fantastic. And the wonderful sister sitting next to you. Sister, tell me about your favorite moment that you've had with Sheba Project.
I just come to relax and socialize with other ladies.
Love it.
That's the main reason I come here.
Did you ever imagine you'd be on radio talking about the project?
She's not selling herself here. Not only has she got herself a job now, she was actually one of our actors in a bowel screening program, which became very, very popular as well. So we were part of this bowel screening program around, again, tackling health issues in our community, and we decided to develop it a bit further by doing a bit of drama and role play, and she was one of the main actors who actually did that DVD and role play.
Oh, wow, that's absolutely amazing. I just love the potential that you guys have created for the sisters. And anything is possible if you put your mind to it. Sister Rabia, tell us how valuable are projects like this? Because I can see some sisters sat behind you who I know only want to be heard. I can see them. And it's amazing. And the fact that you've actually built this confidence, how important is this to do this for our sisters?
It is very important because especially nowadays, since COVID, not many communicate or get out to, socialize or anything like that. It's very, very difficult. Even now we do have, come across ladies that do come to the group and then eventually sort of stop, and then we have to go out and see them again and then try to talk them to come back. It's just they don't have that confidence, and I think it's very important that they build that confidence again.
Indeed it is. It's knowing where the safe spaces are and the gathering of women together. Women United are so strong, mashallah. But there has also been quite a lot of controversy that we Muslim women have faced because they have been seen as not being really mixing in with the wider community. I mean, how much of that would you agree with?
A lot, because since we started this project, I've had my ladies sort of going into a British textile, the biannual. They've even put some work in there as well. So they've done quite a lot. I think we did a sort of like a project with our local nursery as well.
Mm-hmm.
We did like a wall hanging for them, and they enjoyed doing that. I think things like that sort of bring them out more, and they sort of commit themselves to things like that as well.
Definitely. I think it's finding that thing that resonates with them and makes them feel that they have a connection and value in society, and they sure do, mashallah. Folks, if you've just tuned in, you are listening to the Urban Cube. I'm Shamais. The time is 10:13 and I'm in the absolute wonderful company with the Sheba Project, and I'm joined with them this morning all the way up to 11 o'clock. They are with me today to talk about budgeting in Ramadan and Ramadan preparations, because the wonderful Sheba Project are getting involved with the Inspire FM Ramadan recipes section. It's a series of recipes that will be shared across Inspire FM in the month of Ramadan. Now, the sisters are with me this morning. They are on Facebook Live, folks, so you can get to see them. They wave into the camera. I keep making them wave to the camera, ladies. It's an absolute, and the wonderful sister right behind as well. I saw you wave as well. There's somebody right behind. Now, ladies, tell me, how is your preparation coming together for Ramadan? What do you do in preparation?
Well, that's one of the ladies.
Yeah.
Were on the side.
Yeah.
It's fried food, healthy food as well, not just fried. I don't know really, because during fasting, you're fasting all day, so you can't really eat much. You think about all these recipes you're going to make, but you can barely eat at the iftar time. So yeah, go on, chip in with samosas, pakoras.
Bless you. I see a lot of women preparing food prior and freezing it So it makes it easier for them, so they don't have to do any like major preparations. Is that something you ladies do?
Yes. Yeah, well, I tend to. I do easy meals. A lot of I don't know. I'm from the Bangladeshi community. A lot of us we prefer our khichdi and chana. So most days we'll have that, and then we'll choose like a fried option like pakoras, samosas. I don't know, different kebabs and things, and then we'll just have that. But then later on, after we've done our prayers, we would tend to, I don't know, we would have rice because we prefer that at least once a day. So we would always have rice or something like khichdi to open our fast.
So is anybody going to be preparing a khichdi recipe for us, filming it and sending it over to the Ramadan recipes? Because now, you know, I want to know about this khichdi recipe. I've never had it, and I see a lot on Instagram, so forth, because I follow a lot of like people's recipes. So who's going to be sharing that for us?
Well, the ladies that are going to do the cooking, they're not here today. Because that's going to be done tomorrow, hopefully.
Wonderful.
I think there will be someone who will be doing that. So you will have a video.
Brilliant. How does it feel for you as a group getting involved in this project? What did you think initially when you were approached by Brother Abdul?
They were all scared, I'll be honest with you. I had to call them all people. But actually, it's the half term. That's what made it very difficult. One of the ladies here, she's with her little one. She had to leave her others with the minder. So it's quite difficult. If it was not the holidays, then I think we would have had more ladies here.
Oh, bless you. But we really appreciate your involvement and engagement with this project. I love the fact that we're linking the North with the South, and we're getting lots of individuals across the country getting involved. And thank you so much. I'm really, really excited to see these recipes come through. Do you have an idea what sort of recipes you're going to be filming? So I know that we've got khichdi. What else have we got?
So tomorrow, the ladies' session is going to be the 3 traditional recipes that Bangladeshis predominantly eat during Ramadan. So that one of them is going to be, it's called dal bora. They are going to put the recipe up and it's going to be recorded on TikTok. They're going to be making big bangan bora, but it's made out of aubergine again. And the third one, there's chana biran. So it's obviously the chickpeas
It's like a bhaji,
one.
isn't it?
Yeah, so a variety. These are the 3 main traditional that Bangladeshi predominantly break their fast with. And they are going to put the whole recipe up and get it all recorded as well.
Fantastic. I love the fact that you're bringing traditional recipes too. And another part of the project is about not just the recipes, but also the reflections and the memories associated with these recipes across Ramadan, around Iftar and Suhoor time. So Sister Rabia, tell us, do you have like a food memory that as a child in Ramadan, what was the meal that you traditionally had in Iftar or Suhoor?
Well, when I was young, before I got married, guys, I never used to have the khichdi and all that. I used to have, like fast food and chips and things like that. But after I got married, I think it's just memories really that started making me eat the khichdi and all that. And then I realized what I was missing, because at that time I wouldn't have it. I was very stubborn. Because my parents would say, try it, and I wouldn't, because it didn't look appealing. But now I wouldn't have anything else for iftar, to be honest. And every time I do have it, it just brings back memories of my, parents and how my mom used to make it, or you always used to watch her make it, but never ate it though. yeah, that's one of my favorite food.
What a lovely memory. And what about you, sisters? What memory do you have?
Go on.
Me.
Yeah, go for it.
Well, I came from Bangladesh 21 years ago. So my own memories, like childhood and like adult memories, mostly over there with my parents. So we used to break Ramadan, iftar time, khichdi, chana bhaji, beguni, then lots of other things as well. It's like lemon sharbat, because there was hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and other dessert as well. And suhoor time, we used to have rice and like with the mango and sweet yogurt and rice.
Oh, I've seen that mango with sweet yogurt. There's a brother called Salam Jones who put that on his Facebook page, and I was like, that looks really interesting. So is that like the mango sweet rice? What's the name of that?
It's like mango with sweet yogurt and sticky rice. Sometimes with sticky rice, sometimes with plain rice.
Oh, yummy. That sounds interesting.
It's
And,
Yeah, they're actually making that tomorrow as well.
oh,
Yeah.
fantastic. And what about your memory, sister?
It's the same as what Tanya said as well. The usual stuff, the khichdi, the chana, and the dalil bora and things like that and everything. And then at night time, we had to eat rice as well. Traditionally, our parents felt as though your stomach had to be filled with your staple food. But nowadays, there's no way they could get us to eat that. So we've moved on in terms of diet and in terms of budgeting and everything. But these are my memories. Looking forward to having potato samosas and things like that.
Lovely. And it's really important that you have mentioned about diet and remaining healthy, because we do still need to remain healthy. I know we're talking about some very lovely fried food, but trying to remain healthy in Ramadan. How easy is that?
Because obviously with my parents and everything, they want the tradition to continue. So I am quite self-disciplined. So during iftar time, I stick to salad. It's just at suhoor time, it's really hard for me to eat anything healthy like and everything and porridge. My mum puts a foot down on me that I have to eat my rice and my curry or vegetable, something with it at least. So that's the only time I can't maintain my healthy regime or diet during Ramzan. But other than that, for iftar, I am quite disciplined. I'll be good.
Sister, I wanted to ask you about tradition. How important is it to uphold our tradition through our foods in times like Ramadan?
It is important.
It's important because it gets the family to be more closer, doesn't it? And be united, even if it's through food, but it's the whole preparation and cooking and things like that, and then presenting it and everybody sitting down and eating it, especially the men of the house and everything. It's good. It's important. I think it's really important to keep that strong bond and unity going, even if it means through your fried food and things like that.
Indeed. Now we have sisters sat behind you, who don't want to be seen. I just want to make a point to anybody who is watching the Facebook Live. I am joined by Sister Rabia Sharif, Henna Begum, and Sister Tanya Nusrat. We do have sisters also present who don't want to be seen. So all you're going to do is all you're going to hear is just their voice on audio. Can we just have an introduction who the sisters are? We had a lovely voice, but we don't know who they were.
I'm Rosie.
Rose.
Rosie.
Regina.
Sumaya. And this is Jannatul Firdaus.
Oh, what a beautiful name. Jannatul Firdaus. So we have Rosie, Rahina, Jannatul Firdaus, and there was somebody else. Was it Maria? Maya. Okay. Assalamu alaikum, sisters. I hope you're well. Thank you so much for joining us today on the Urban Cube Show. It's an absolute pleasure to be in your company. This is the biggest group I've ever had, and I'm really delighted to have you join us. And, it's not just going to end with this interview. You guys are actually getting involved with a very exciting series that we're doing on Inspire FM, and that is a Ramadan cooking series. Folks, you would have heard the advert. We are advertising it across Inspire FM, and we are inviting the communities who are local, national, even international, to share your favorite Ramadan recipes with us and just share it with the rest of our communities who will be observing Ramadan and also be engaged with the Inspire FM Facebook page as well, because we'll have audio. We'll also have the clips on the Facebook page and so much more as well. And on today's show, I'm joined by some amazing sisters who have joined us all the way from the Sheba project, who kindly are getting involved in this project. And I wanted to ask Rosie, Rahina, Maya, and Jannat, if we start off with Rosie, actually, we're going to be heading to a break. The break is going to, after the break, we'll carry on having this conversation. But quickly, Rosie, your favorite recipe, your favorite food in Ramadan?
Okay, you put me on the spot. Let's see. There's so many, so I'll give you the aubergine fritters.
Ooh, aubergine.
Aubergine fritters. It's a two ingredient recipe. Just aubergines, cooked thinly, slice them, and then dip them in hot and spicy chicken batter.
Lovely. That sounds yummy with a little bit of chutney, I'm sure. Folks, we are heading to a break. And inshallah, after the break, we'll have more conversations with the Sheba project. And get your pen and paper out because I've got loads of recipes. Assalamu alaikum.
Get info@inspirefrom.org and let's set up your recording session before Ramadan begins. Cook together and make this Ramadan unforgettable.
Assalamu alaikum and a very good morning to you. It's 10:31, 17th of February, and you're listening to me, Shemiza. Where else? On Inspire FM 105.1 FM. We are going live and direct to the wonderful people, Luton surrounding areas. Also to Peterborough Salam Radio and Sheffield's Link FM. An absolute pleasure to be in your company on the second part of the Urban Cube Show. Now, the Urban Cube Show is a show that celebrates Muslim arts and lifestyle. And I've got some news for you folks. It is the second to last show before I go off air and I will be around in Ramadan. I'll be helping behind the scenes on Inspire FM, but it's my second to last show in Ramadan. So that's why today's show is so special, because I am in the absolute wonderful company of two remarkable women as part of the Sheba project, all the way based in Burnley. Now, this project was set up for women in COVID. Now, post-COVID, they are doing remarkable things. So remarkable that they are, we've got TV celebrities now as part of the Sheba project, and they're also going to be sharing their culinary delights with us on a wonderful series that you may have heard about, because it was just played a snippet, the jingle to it. We're going to be doing a series on Ramadan recipes, and the Sheba project, mashallah, are going to be sharing some exciting recipes with you guys, which will be recorded and they'll be played across Inspire FM, video footage, as well as audio across the blessed month of Ramadan on Inspire FM. And we are so excited to have, I'm super excited to have our wonderful sisters of the Sheba project. Now, I was speaking earlier on to the wonderful sisters Rabia, Tanya, and Henna. Now, Rabia is the volunteer lead, and Sister Tanya and Henna also spoke to us as well. We also got to hear in the background Sister Rosie, Rahina, Janatul Firdaus, and Maya as well, mashallah. Now, some of the sisters you will get to see on Facebook Live, and there'll be some sisters you may only hear because they don't want to be on camera. But it's an absolute treat to have them on the show today, and the fact that they are going to be involved in the Ramadan cooking series on Inspire FM is wonderful. Assalamu alaikum, sisters. I don't think you can hear me, so you may need to put your audio on. Wave to the camera if you can hear me. Wonderful, they can hear me. And I can see some waves in the back as well to the sisters too. Now, thank you so very much, Sister Rabia, for joining us, with Sister Tanya as well. And also, I believe Sister Hina has gone, and we have another sister joining us. Who is this wonderful sister that's now on the panel?
This is Janatul Firdaus.
Janatul Firdaus. You have the most beautiful name. I'm sure so many people have said that to you. That's amazing. Sister Jannat, thank you so much for joining us. Coming to Sister Rabia, you can hear the excitement in my voice because this is a new thing that we're doing on Inspire FM. So it's an absolute pleasure to have you guys join us all the way from Burnley participating in this activity that we're hoping that will enrich not just our community in Luton, but other communities who will be sharing and viewing these recipes. Why do you think it's important for a project like this or an opportunity like this for our communities to get involved in?
No, that's a tricky question. No, actually, it is very important. I mean, I think it's very important for the reason that these ladies, they need to know they have the talents. And talent to do things as well, you see, because most of these ladies that come to the group, a lot of them, they used to say, I can't do this, I've never done this. And I've always told them, look, everyone thinks the same, but then after they do something, they realize they've got hidden talents. So I think it's very important, these ladies come out and, go to groups like this and build confidence and, be able to do things as well.
And mashallah, Sister Rabia, you as a Niqabi sister, visibly practicing Muslimah, it's not, your Niqab hasn't stopped you from engaging and getting involved in projects and project leading.
No, I never thought of it as a barrier or anything because this is me. This is how I am, and I believe everyone should accept me for who I am.
And you sure have been accepted and mashallah, very much loved as well, and definitely a trailblazer. Sister Jannat al-Firdaus, we've been talking about recipes. Share with me your favorite Ramadan recipe.
My favorite Ramadan recipe before we Bangladesh, my mom did, and we brother and sisters also have sana, biran, and beguni. It's called aubergine fries. Then potato. It's called aloo pakora. Then samosa, and also puffed rice. It's called muri. Muri makha is all of things are, and then also chili, green chili, onion, cucumber, tomato, all chopping. Then add puffed rice, and this dish is also favorite.
Lovely. So I've got a feeling when some of these traditional recipes are going to be shared, it's going to really revive memories of being back home in Bangladesh. It sounds like. Would you agree, Rabia?
Yes. I think what it is, some of the recipes from the traditional, it has been tweaked a little bit. So, for example, the khichdi, that can be done in many different ways, and there are healthier options as well. Whereas you can sort of put dal in it to make it more healthy, because obviously just rice on its own is not good, but with dal in there, it makes it more healthier. And the other thing is with the khichdi, whereas rice, when we cook rice, it's the portions are big size, whereas when we make the khichdi, it's a little bit of rice goes a long way. So, yeah.
Now, this is really interesting that you've just, a point that you've raised, a little bit goes a long way. And it goes back to what I was talking about right at the beginning of the show about budgeting in Ramadan and how best to do that. So would you ladies have any tips that you could share with us today about budgeting in Ramadan?
Well, with the khichdi, I'd say it's budgeting, as well as if you think about it, you're using a little bit of rice. You're not using a lot of rice. You're not wasting a lot. I think during Ramadan, this is very important. You have to understand you shouldn't be wasting food, because the month where you are thinking about the less fortunate. So with khichdi and things like that, you only take a little bit, and when you cook it, it comes out to be a big amount where everyone can share the food. So
Definitely.
yeah.
And you raise a very good point about we need to be more conscious of our actions and the way we eat as well, and not waste food, because that's not good, is it? Is this the mindset that you feel that more and more people are now engaging with? Because whilst I was growing up, I would see grand iftars and people would spend so much money. It just felt that people just were kind of like, you know, if they didn't have 10 dishes on the table, then it wasn't like a good iftar. Do you feel that people are now becoming a little bit more conscious that we need to kind of be a bit more humble?
Yeah, definitely. Because I remember, you know, when I said about doing iftar with my parents, we used to have so many different kind of food on the table. We used to look forward to that. But now I've realized, you know, the children, and then again, saying that there's takeaways. So I don't know if the children will sneak out and then go and get takeaways for themselves, but they are happy with whatever is cooked. You know, and they don't need a lot of food, like you know, how we used to and how we were brought up.
Definitely. You mentioned your children and them going out and maybe sneaking a takeaway in after. How have you managed that with the children? How do you balance motherhood and Ramadan?
Well, my children have all grown up now. They're all married. They're all.
Oh, mashallah.
Yes. So now I think it's very quiet iftar for me, unless they come around. Obviously, they've got their own household and children and things like that. So yeah, it's different now than when it used to be. But like I said, you know, when I had my children around, I would cook healthy. Always tried very hard to cook healthy, because obviously I always think about their health. And then on top, like I said, you have to think this is a month to think about, you know, the less fortunate.
Definitely.
Because sometimes with children, you have to remind them, you know, when they start fussing about food, or I don't want to eat this, or I don't want to eat that. You have to remind them that this is how it is when, you know, a poor person, they don't have nothing like this. And it makes them think. And I think because of that, children nowadays, they understand more. So they don't have to have like a lavish kind of a table full with, you know, food and things like that.
Of course. And I think that's a really, really good message to give our children, that it doesn't need to be lavish. We need to be more conscious and aware of, you know, it's about feeding our souls and not feeding our stomachs per se. Sister Tanya, tell us, is there anything that you remember your mum or your family, your father saying to you across Ramadan? One special thing that they would say to you in Ramadan?
I left a long time ago, like 21 years ago. After that, I didn't have a chance to have any like iftar or Ramadan with them. So that was one good memory. Now they passed away. So,
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah, so it's memory, like the time I spent with them. Everything is memory now. Everything I know, I remember. And in my household, iftar and suhoor is different, because I don't have any elderly people in my house. My father and mother-in-law passed a long time ago. I didn't even see them. So it just goes. So it's Ramadan is different in our house. Like food and suhoor, especially in suhoor time, is different. In other house, like who have elderly people, they have rice and like sticky rice with mangoes. They still have can hold this tradition. But in my house, like most of the time, suhoor time, we have something light, like cereal or sandwiches. So it's a big difference than other house.
That is true. And you know, that has become now, our palate has become more British. We will have cereal, or we'll have like toast or something very, very light. And the traditional foods are not as popular, because those traditional foods, the elders would provide us. Like in the the Pakistani community, it's parante and tea is popular. And you raise a really interesting point there, that memories and our elders, and it can be actually, iftar and suhoor can be a very lonely time, can't it? It can be quite lonely. And so in that, with that thought, what would you say to people who are on their own in Ramadan?
On their own is it's really hard to, like, if they stay on their own. It's like like you said, it's all memories. It's bring back memories. Like even now when I have iftar and so time, all memories come in my mind, like what I used to do in Bangladesh with my family. So whoever do, like, I don't think anyone does like alone. Someone have someone in iftar time before.
Well, I like what you just said there. Somebody has someone. Rabia, you were about to say something.
I was just going to say, if you know someone that's lonely, maybe make some time for them, give them some food, share your food with them, or maybe go on to iftar with them. That will sort of make a big difference to them.
Definitely. So, are there opportunities through the Sheba project for open iftars or shared iftars? Because that's becoming quite popular across the country now. I'm seeing more and more community groups setting them up. I'm seeing more projects initiating them. Even the masjids are doing that more and more, so opening the doors for the wider community to come in. So is Sheba project going to be doing something on those lines, do you think? Is that something you'd do?
Yeah, we are going to have like a iftar evening at PWA with the Sheba Ladies. Also, we usually do a charity during Ramadan, where we sort of the ladies will cook something and then bring it in, and then we share it out. So those are some of the things we do here.
Fantastic. I like the sound of that. Folks, it's 10:46 and you're listening to the Urban Cube Show with me, Shamiza, taking you all the way up to 11 o'clock. This morning, I have wonderful guests on the show today, all the way from Burnley. Yes, they are part of the Sheba project, which was founded by BWA, and the sisters here today are talking to me about Ramadan budgeting and preparations, as well as some recipes, which they will be filming and sharing with us across Inspire FM on our special Ramadan recipes and reflection series that will be going live across Ramadan in 2 weeks' time. Goodness me, just 2 weeks. Ramadan, blessed month, is just 2 weeks away. So lots of preparation I feel that people are doing. And this is why I'm speaking to these wonderful sisters today. We are joined by Sister Rabia, Tanya, Hina, Rosie, Rahina, Jannat al-Fardos and Maya, mashallah, are all the way from the Sheba project today. It's such a treat to have them keeping me company and keeping you company as well. To the sisters that we can't see on Facebook Live, are you still there?
We are.
You're still there. Wonderful sister. Hina is still there as well. So, folks, now, I have been asking all about the cooking preparation, but what about just like other preparations? Do you do cleaning? Do you organize your house pre-Ramadan? Because I've seen a lot of like social media influencers talking about like resetting the house just before Ramadan. Is that something you sisters do as well?
Yes, definitely. I agree. Yes, just entering the blessed month, having a clean house, being prepared spiritually, mentally, and physically. It's all preparing every way, really, and your house as well. That's included.
So, does that mean do you declutter? Do you throw things out, and do you wipe things down? What do you do?
Yes, so like a deep clean of the house, and then clothes wise, you're going to look at like the clothes you don't need to try and give out clarity. It's all just making sure that you're not distracted during Ramadan with cleaning and sorting clothes and things like that, because you want to be fully focused during Ramadan and reap the benefits of the month.
Indeed. So how do you balance your ibadat and your cooking and your cleaning and motherhood and being a wife? You've all gone quiet. Who would like to answer that?
It's Rahina. So basically, when the children are at school, I tend to do the meal preps. So, because obviously the children won't be fasting. My kids are all under 10. So I prep food for the children, and then I do a separate, the chana and khichdi I can cook in advance anyway, because all I have to do is reheat it for me and my husband. Apart from that, the only a fresh dish I would make maybe every 2 days is like a curry, so that my husband can eat it later on. He tends to eat rice and curry after the namaz. He does in the evening. So he'll come home and he'll have that. He won't go back to sleep. He'll do some ibadat and then go to sleep early hours. So that's the only prep I would do. Anything like a sweet dish, because I crave a lot of sweet dishes, I'll make the night before and I'll put it in the fridge so we can have that for the next 2 days or 3 days. But that's how I tend to do my preps.
Fantastic, Sister Rahina. Thank you so much for sharing that. And I really like the fact that you're willing to take that bit of food across the 3 days, because I'm not going to be stereotypical here, but Bangladeshi sisters and their food prep and the number of dishes you guys create is phenomenal. So to hear that you're going to keep some food and make it go a long way is like, oh my gosh, am I hearing correctly? You're very notable for your extraordinary culinary dishes, and you don't do things by halves. Is this a stereotype, or is this every Bangladeshi sister's household where you're cooking about 4 mains or 5 mains?
Yeah.
I see some nodding heads.
Yeah.
How do you do it?
With me, when my children were home, that is, I always used to make fresh food. So I used to do my ibadah after Tarawih, and then I'd sit and read my Quran and everything for an hour or 2. And then I would actually get up and then cook curry and rice and everything, like 3-course meal. I don't know why I had that. I always used to think that because my children used to fast, I used to think I need to give them good food.
Okay.
And that went on for a long while. And then till they said to me, Mom, stop cooking, because you need to be focusing on doing it more ibadat and everything. We'll do like with porridges or, bread or sandwiches or whatever, something light. So you stop cooking. And I think that's when I stopped cooking the, like 3-course meal. But when I look back now, I think, that at that time, having that meal was really bad. I know I was thinking about my children keeping the fast, but I was doing more damage, to be honest, to give them food at that time. Heavy meal is not really good. So I stopped that, and now it's all very light now.
Oh, bless you. May Allah reward you for the sacrifices that you made for the sake of your children and providing them a semi-healthy meal from what I saw. But I'm sure they loved it and they remembered that and they appreciate it, mashallah. But that's the thing, isn't it? I think we're putting more pressure on ourselves than needed because we want everything to be perfect. And there's perfect, imperfections, there's perfect. What's that saying? I don't know. Somebody needs to help me here. Where it doesn't have to be perfect, Just being present and being connected is the most important thing. It's an absolute treat having you ladies joining us this morning and sharing your experiences and sharing your wonderful memories with us. Is there anything you'd like to say to our listeners individually regarding Ramadan? Shall we start off with Rahina?
I think the main thing is it's about reflection. It's a very blessed month. We need to really think about the wrongs we do and try and right them this month, because obviously Allah is forgiving and it is the month to ask. It's the month to give as well. So really, it's not always about cooking. It's not about cleaning. It's a blessed month, and we should make the most of it. So if you are alone and you're watching, do du'as, constant du'as, and inshallah, Allah will put things right.
Thank you, Sister Rahina. Sister Rosie, are you there still?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, and your thoughts, my dear?
My thoughts, again, the same as Rahina. It's a blessed month. And we know there's a lot of benefits to the month. So to make the most out of the month, obviously reflect again and think about the unfortunate ones. Try not to waste. I think that in itself will help with budgeting as well. Not to be overcooking and then wasting. Just focusing on it is a true reflection. Increasing ibadah during the month and making the most out of it.
Indeed. Thank you for that. Sister Maya.
Yes, it's Maya.
Maya. So, sister, any thoughts you'd like to share with us?
Yeah, it's same thing, blessed month and obviously more, forgiveness and most ibadat, praying, obviously being kind to even when you do fast. And yeah, this is a blessed month.
Thank you so much. We are now heading to the end of the show. I just want to say thank you so much to Sister Rabia, Tanya, Hina, Maya, Jannat Al-Firdaus, Rahina, and Rosie from the Sheba Project who have joined this morning. And we so look forward to your Ramadan recipes. Thank you, sisters, and Ramadan Mubarak.
Thank
I know
you.
it's 2 weeks away.
Same to you. Thank you.
That was the absolutely wonderful sisters from the Sheba Project who are talking to us about budgeting and Ramadan preparations. It is nearly the end of the show, inshallah. You'll get to see their recipes on Inspire FM, so do look out for them. From me, Assalamu alaikum, and I'll see you next week.
Assalamu alaikum.